Welcome everybody once again to Hot Chat Live. Tonight we have in our spotlight Terror Tours Inc. Try saying that 5 times real fast. With the illustrious Troy and Jim telling us all about it. And right now I want everyone to give a nice warm welcome to the one and only Reverend Michael the Gravedigger.
Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? We are here in season 2, episode. Oh, I don't have enough fingers. Episode 11. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Tonight, as Mistress Lori has told you, we have the Terror Tours Inc. and they got all kinds of things going on, and they got sub companies, and they got this, that, and the other thing, and we're going to explain to you. Anybody who's noticed this in the last few things, we'll explain that to you too. And we got giveaways. And before I even talk to them, because I tend to forget about it, our main giveaway tonight, we want to thank Vamp Fangs for once again sponsoring a giveaway. They were our very first giveaway sponsor over a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And they have come back and they are sponsoring our show again. And so I got to show them they're going to be from Vamp Fangs. We're going to be giving away. I gotta click on the right button. There we go. We're gonna be giving away the subtle fangs. That'll be one. We're gonna have 2 winners out of this one.
Ooh.
And for the big ones, the custom fangs, those are the big ones. I like the subtle ones. The subtle ones are kind of sexy. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are my Vamp fangs. So
yeah.
I guess anyway, yeah, I know, right? So now let's get to it. I want to introduce to you Terror Tours Inc. And welcome Mr. Troy and Mr. Jim. And Jim's he's just kind of a sidekick there anyway. So we're going to talk to him.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So, guys, introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about this thing called Terror Tours Inc. Sounds scary.
Ooh, it's very scary. It's very scary. Not so much for us because we're the ones putting it on, but as people know, I do get scared in haunted houses, so it's good for me too.
He does.
Many times. Well, back when we started the Northwest Haunters Association, and I wanted to get a bunch of actually a pro haunt here suggested that we do a tour of haunted houses, and I thought it was a great idea. So I said, well, I want all my friends to go with me. So we started the Northwest Haunt Tour that first year, and we had a bunch of haunters from the Northwest in Seattle and Portland get on a bus, and we saw some haunted houses in Portland and Seattle, and it was awesome. And I'm like, Jim, we need to make this a big thing. We need to make this a company. So the second year we were in business, we actually became a real business the second year, and we started off doing 3 haunts in Portland on one night and 3 haunts in Seattle the next night. And we had tons of people every year. We've had an increase of attendees, and we have great bus companies that help us. And obviously the main part of it is we have amazing haunts up here in the Northwest that really don't get a lot of play outside of the Northwest, because we're over here in our own little corner. But they put on amazing shows. Each one of them is very different. They all have their niche that they do, their quality that is different than the others. And so it's real easy for us to pick a lot of different haunts. We try to pick haunts that are not similar. So we have like a forest trail and a big animated prop type one. And then last year, we even had a home haunt on there. So we try to mix it up of what type of haunts are on there. And
one amazing home haunt.
A home haunt, so somebody's haunted house or somebody's home was haunted?
Well, I think we all have homes that are haunted, don't we?
Some people, you and I, we know what that means, but some people don't know the difference.
Yes. So a home haunt is considered a haunt that somebody puts up in their house or their driveway or their garage or their front yard, and it is all done usually for free or for charity donations. And it's all usually done by 1 or 2 people or 3 or 4 or however many they get for volunteers. And it's all homemade stuff, with a mix of store-bought stuff. But those really never get a big haunt tour to come through because they normally go to the big pro houses.
And a lot of times they're even better than some of the pro haunts.
Absolutely, because we don't have to follow codes, a lot of us, and all those pesky fire restrictions and all that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
All those, But those are always good things
codes.
to have. The building codes, yes. It's always good to be safe, though.
Absolutely.
But so the second year that we started, when we actually started Terror Tours, I like I mentioned, I brought in Jim and I said, Jim, we need to partner up on this. And Jim has been the idea man behind a lot of this stuff. I'm kind of the facilitator. He's the idea man. We almost have a weekly meeting every week, and we talk about ideas and things we want to do and places we want to go and how we want to sell these things and how we want to present it. Because one of the biggest things that we do as a haunt tour company is we don't jack up the prices so that we're not padding our pockets, because we know that this is for the home haunters, the budget-minded enthusiasts. These people all go to haunted houses on their own, and so we generally get a little bit of a discount from the haunts to do a VIP front-of-the-line access. Everybody on our tour gets front-of-the-line access. And so we've tried to price it so that it's not out of reach. And one of the things I've always drilled into Jim is that if I wouldn't pay for it, I'm not going to make other people pay for it.
There you go.
So, and I am cheap as crap. So, and that's
Yes, he is.
we don't want to make it out of reach, and we also don't want to make it pointless, because if you can drive to these 3 haunted houses in a night and maybe pay $90 to $100 out of all of them, why would you pay 300? Why would you pay 200 for it? So I'm trying to make it a deal. Yeah, we have to pay for the bus, which is always a pretty big expense on these things. But we try to make it an experience. Being on a bus with a bunch of Halloween enthusiasts. Last year we had an entire workplace brought all their employees. There were like 20 of them in this office. They brought them all, and none of them have ever done anything with Halloween. They enjoy it and they love going to haunted houses, but several of them won prizes from many of our awesome sponsors, and they were like, I kind of want to do this at home. So they were on the bus talking to people who do this at their home every year, and they were getting ideas and they were getting relationships. And so even
you
just
were
that,
birthing hunters. You were birthing new hunters.
Absolutely.
I would love to think it happened. So, and that group is now a return customer of ours, and they enjoy it a lot. And, that's one of the things that once we had the Northwest set up and ready to go, we decided to allow my friend Jim here to drive to Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know why, but he drove there and stayed there.
Before you, well, okay, so you already got into it, but yeah,
okay.
we've heard from you now. Let's give Jim a small, just infinitesimal moment where Jim gets to speak. And I got to ask you, Jim. Troy
Give
just
Jim
said
a
that.
sidekick moment like I usually get.
There you go. Troy said that you guys have almost like a weekly meeting. Now that used to be a lot easier because you and Troy used to live very close to each other, correct?
Oh, yeah, close, a lot closer then than now. I mean, we used to live like a day and a half.
No, yeah.
So, but yeah, when I moved from the Northwest, and I mean, a lot of you that, my friends on Facebook and stuff like that know that I was actually moving to Florida. And then I got halfway across the country and decided, you know what? I like it in Omaha, Nebraska.
And I got my hooks in him.
You do. Actually, if anybody truly wants to know, it is Reverend Michael's fault. It is all this man's fault. It's his fault. I felt bad for the man because, he was him and Lori were, they were kind of all alone in this haunt world. And, I decided, you know what, I'll just, I'll be their neighbor. But with that being said, it was okay, so
my neighbor,
I think it backfired for them.
Since we had, Terror Tours, Northwest Terror Tours out there, it's like, well, why don't we do something here? Because the one thing I found out in, here in the Midwest, and especially the Omaha area, they are a ton of haunted houses. I mean, you think of Nebraska, Nebraska and Iowa and Missouri. There's so many great haunted houses here. Why not do what we're doing in the Northwest? Why not just bring it here? It just made sense to us.
Mm-hmm.
And there was born Midwest Terror Tours.
Terror Tours.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But,
okay, so your time's up.
Jim's up now.
I've had my 2.5 minutes.
He's had his 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm
I
good.
gave him the accolade of being the
Oh,
idea man. That's enough.
Okay,
I am
so,
the
You
idea.
actually
so
did
now
way more than I do at the beginning.
you talked about doing this Northwest Terror Tour thing and visiting the ones up around the Seattle, Portland, and all that, and now you're building Midwest Terror Tours. So what are you looking to do with that?
Well, Jim, do you want to announce who we just got confirmed yesterday afternoon?
Well, I'd like yes, because we have Fear Fest down in Columbia, Missouri, that is going to be a part of this year's tour. And the other haunt, Troy, is
Mr. Brian Foreman's from Haunt Topic Radio. His haunt in Mexico, Missouri, not Mexico, Mexico. Dead Factory. Yes, Dead Factory.
Oh, awesome.
So we have not set it up for sale yet because we are still negotiating pricing because both of those haunts are expanding and creating new and awesome experiences. And so we're not gonna really we're gonna work with them because one of the things that kind of like goes along with us not trying to charge that much, we also want to make sure that the haunts don't lose money on this deal and that they get something for helping us do this, and that they're not, we never ever ask them to do it for free or anything like that, because they are running a business and we need to support them. And we do tons of advertising for them. It's really a win-win for them. They get a giant bus that shows up in front of their haunted house, usually in the early part of the season. This year we're doing the Northwest one is going to be all in Seattle, and it'll be the first weekend of October. We're going to do the Midwest on October 12th. So, but generally those couple of first weekends are kind of rough for haunted houses sometimes. People really haven't gotten into the Halloween spirit yet. Usually by the 12th they have, so that'll be good. But, that was kind of the original idea, was that we wanted to give these haunts that have a usually slower first weekend a big boost and something to take a picture of and something to boast about. That, wow, man, we got this huge bus of people that came in. They can take pictures in front of it. We've had actors get on the bus with us. And so we've, of course, tagged their haunts on the pictures, and, lots of social media buzz around it, leading up to and during the show. So that's why, we just confirmed that haunt yesterday. So within the next couple of weeks, we will have the pricing up. We're getting hotel discounts as well. So we're going to make all inclusive packages where you can get, and that was kind of the brainchild of Jim a little bit as well.
Hey, check with those places. Make sure they got hot tubs. I got to have a hot tub.
Ironically, we were having a really hard time finding a hotel in Columbia, Missouri. There are a ton of hotels there, and there are a ton of them sold out for that Saturday, the 12th, because Ole Miss is playing Mizzou in Columbia, Missouri that day. Plenty of the nicer hotels, and actually almost all the hotels are booked. So we are working with a couple right now that they're looking to find some rooms for us. So we will have a nice hotel. The one that we contacted last night does have a hot tub and does have a pool and does have 24-hour coffee and free breakfast and Wi-Fi, of course.
Goodness.
So that's one of the big things about hotels, and it's something that people will know about me, is that if I ever give out a hotel that I want other people to stay at, it has to have free breakfast and free coffee, because I'm not paying for breakfast and I don't want you to either. So
he said it earlier. He's cheap.
I am. I want free breakfast. I don't want you going out and having to find your own breakfast. Plus, it's a time for us all to hang out in the morning too. So,
yeah, that's what I want to wake up to and do first thing in the morning is talk to you. Yeah.
I think that's how a couple of conventions have gone so far with us.
Yes, they have. All right, so we got Northwest Terror Tours, we got Midwest Terror Tours. Now you have some other terror tour thing in the works going on also that I want to make sure that we talk about, because they've been doing advertising for it and all that. So, hey, Jim, start that one out. Start this one out.
Well, we got after last season, after a convention, Troy and I got approached by a group that was starting a new convention. The Ohio Haunters Association was starting a new convention, the Ohio Haunters Convention, and they approached us to do their pre-show tour for them. So Troy and I got we started looking around, because one thing is okay, where's the convention located? Now where's the haunts around it? So we had to start doing some research and see how many, what haunts were available and, how many would be open. Now, the thing is about this is that it's a little bit different from, the Midwest tour and the Northwest tours, because those tours are done in October during haunt season, where this is off season. So, that took a little bit of, work to get some haunts, but we got a great tour planned. I mean, it's going to be an amazing tour.
Now you said it's off season. For those of you who don't know, off season is outside of the October period when most the late September, early November period. So when is this, since it's off season?
In May, mid-May.
In May. So you think that people are going to want to do something haunted in mid-May?
Well, if you're going to the Ohio Haunters Convention in mid-May.
Yeah, that's satire. That's sarcasm.
There you go. Yes. But yeah, for the attendees that are going to the Ohio Haunters Convention, and even if you're not, you should attend. If you're watching this and you don't plan on going to the Ohio Haunters Convention, do. It's going to be an awesome time. Yeah, definitely plan on going. This is going to be great.
Brand new. It's in a haunted penitentiary.
It's in a prison.
It is. It's in a prison.
How cool is that?
Yep. It is the PreShow Tour is May 16th. That's a Thursday, as with most of the pre-show tours that go on before conventions. And the convention for the Ohio Haunters Convention follows the Friday, Saturday, Sunday right after that. And it is in Mansfield, Ohio. It's in northern Ohio. And it's about an hour north of Columbus, and they have, not to make this all about Ohio, but it is about Ohio because Ohio is awesome. They sold out their vendor floor like months ago. They have a waiting list that's big enough to fill another vendor floor. So that is awesome. And one of the cool things that makes that made us want to work with them as well is that they have a lot of vendors that are a little lesser known. And so this is a great springboard for them. And it's a great opportunity for people to find maybe some other vendors that can't really afford to go to some of the other conventions or haven't, are just starting out. So this is a great place to find maybe that next product that you have not been able to find at the other ones. Because, there's a lot of the conventions that have the same vendors every year, but they bring out amazing products, but now we have a chance to see some other vendors that are just starting out and that are, smaller.
You tend to find at the haunt conventions that there are names. There are well-known names in the haunt industry that are selling props and costumes and makeup, and a lot of well-known names. And it's a little tough to get into the business when you already got these. So I love that they've got a lot of the newer people, not to slight any of the ones who have been around, because we know most of them, and they do wonderful things. But this is a good showcase for people to come in and see some of the ones whose names, people who haven't got their name quite out there as big yet.
Yep. And they've got a lot of great classes, a lot of great vendors. They have their own haunt tour going on Friday night that you can go to. There's actually a haunt at the prison, so you can actually go, and it'll be running the entire weekend too. So this convention, if you want to see haunted houses in May, this is the convention to go to, because there are so many haunted houses being opened for their thing and our thing as well. And one of the things that I learned the other day was that, and it's really to toot our own horn, the pre-show Haunspirational Tour, which is the word I came up with, that it's the first time that I know. Ashley said she didn't like it at first.
Now been coined.
Right. My wife said she didn't like it at first, but it grew on her because I told it to. And so we have found out that this is the first pre-show convention tour that has all the haunts in full October style, lights out, fully acted, fully staffed with actors and everything. And so each one of them will be just like you would go through in October. And then the Hauntville, which is the second haunt, and the Haunted Hydro, which actually I probably should backtrack. So the first haunt we're going to is Hudson Haunted House. and they were originally started by the JCs, and a lot of older haunters know about the JCs and how they kind of almost started, haunting in professional means. The Hudson Haunted House has been around for 47 years.
Holy cow!
Long time.
That's a long time to be haunting. Obviously, several different owners through that time, but it has kind of kept the same vibe and the same themes going on, and not really being, out of touch with the advancements in the industry and stuff like that. So they are going to do a full lights on tour. They're going to be our first lights off tour. And then we're going to go from there, and we're going to go to Hauntville Haunted Houses, which they have, I believe it's like 4 or 5 haunts in there. And so we're going to split the group up, and we're all going to go in different haunted houses and just have a good old time in there midway. And then afterwards, we get to see a lights on tour of all those haunts that we went through.
Holy cow.
So we're going to go in.
This in a day?
We are going to do it all in a day. Of course, we're going to do it all day. We're going to start like at noon. It's going to be awesome.
That is quite the 3-hour tour.
3-hour time.
It's like an 11-hour
9
tour,
carry the 4. Yeah.
Exactly.
So once we do Hauntville, which they're going to have an amazing show for us, to be able to see that many haunts backstage is going to be cool too. Different themed haunts and things like that. And then we're going to go to the Haunted Hydro. This one has also been around for a long time, and I did not look up how long they've been around, but I know it's been a long. Oh no, 30. Sorry, this year's their 30th anniversary. That's what it is. 30 years. So we have a 47 and a 30, and so they're throwing a big party like almost all year round. They're going to be open a couple more times other than May as well, and then obviously in October. But they put on an amazing show. Crazy Bob at the door is supposedly one of the big highlights of it. One of the coolest Q line actors out there. He's a big hit on people on social media. They'll post up videos of him talking and stuff, and so I guess it's supposedly a big thing. And so they have an escape room for us as well while we wait in line. And we'll be able to see their tour with all the actors and everything, and then we will also be able to see their giant haunt in the lights on as well. And they are actually in an old hydroelectric facility, and so it's already creepy unto itself. Yeah. So they've been doing that a long time.
And they're doing one other thing for us. They're throwing a party.
Oh yes, I believe so. I believe yeah. So they've got lots of stuff planned for us for that night. I know not everything has been totally ironed out yet, but I know they have tons of awesome stuff planned for us.
Okay, so you got 3 locations, 7 haunts. Did I count right?
Let's see. We have 5 in Seattle. We have 2 in Missouri, and 3.
No. I'm just talking about the Ohio one.
The Ohio. It's 3 haunts.
3 haunts.
One of them has like 5 attractions in it. Yes.
Okay. So you got that. So what kind of price is that going to run somebody who wants to go to see 7 haunts in one night before this convention? What have you figured out a ballpark?
Of course we have.
Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, 7, at least $25 a piece. Going on there times the 7, carry the 4. So then get it, but I'm thinking what, $400?
No, absolutely not. Nowhere near that. No.
For $375.
No. The 75 was right, but you have to take the 3 and minus it by 2.
What?
So that would be $175. Yeah, $175. Yep.
And that 7 price haunts.
To see 7 different haunts. Yeah,
I want to go.
I know. Yep.
On a bus, on a party bus.
On a party bus.
Get like goodies while you're doing that.
Yep. And we'll stop for food because I'm not gonna make you guys go through without food. We're gonna stop at food and everything.
I want to go.
I know, right. And that's that goes back to our pricing structure is that we just don't want to gouge anybody out of this. We already know you're already spending money going to the convention, or we hope you are, and you're probably going to have to add a hotel stay to this, for one night. But the cool thing is, since we're picking up at the Mansfield prison where the where the convention's going on.
Right.
You don't have to get a hotel room in another city or even another state for this tour. You just have to get, so you're already getting a hotel in Mansfield for the convention. Just add one more day and come on the tour, and everything's good to go. So there's a lot less legwork than some of the other pre-show tours make you do. There's a lot less cost involved, and that's just our thing. We're not in this to make a bunch of money. We're not in this to, we just want to have fun with a bunch of our friends, and we want to help people out to see haunts and to see these things backstage, to showcase all these different haunts. And that's why we try to rotate, and we try not to have repeats for several years in a row. So that's our other big thing, is that it's always something new with our tours.
And that's the next one coming up, as he said, May.
Yes, May 16th.
Yes,
Yep.
May 16th.
Yep.
Wow.
And the $175 price is only good until April 1st. That's our early bird pricing. It will go up to $200 after that, because then we have to start paying for. I know. Yeah.
Even that night, and now, okay, leading questions. Is there somewhere they can go to get that special price? Do they need to put in a code or something like that?
Oh, you know what? They do, and in all reality, I probably shouldn't have done it as a code. I probably should have just adjusted the pricing, but the pricing is good until April 1st, like I said. And to get that pricing, if you want to buy single tickets, you need to type in the letters OHHC worm, WORM. So early bird gets the worm. You did it. And then for 10% off, we have group discounts as well. That's even a little less than that. So if you add up 5, 6, 7, 8 people, you get an even bigger discount off of that already. And then we also are giving 10% off of those as part of the early bird. And that is OHHC group worm. And that will get you 10% off of the already lower.
You need to see a doctor about that group.
It's it's I've lived with it for a while, so I will just let it go.
Now, where do they go to see this information and maybe to get these tickets?
It is an event on the Midwest Terror Tours Facebook page. It is also on the Ohio Halloween and Haunters Convention website, and that
OHHC.
No. Yes, but it actually the address is Ohio Halloween and Haunters Convention.com.
Oh, that's a long one.
I know. So,
but I'll bet you if they go to Facebook and they type in Ohio Haunters Convention, they're gonna find the group, they're gonna find the events, they're gonna find all that stuff. Just like if they go to Facebook and they type in Northwest Terror Tours or Midwest Terror Tours, you're gonna find the links, and on those Facebook pages, you're gonna find the links to the websites. You're gonna find information on the special codes that you may or may not have to enter.
Yep.
Well, I just gotta say, damn it, Troy, this sounds like a good time.
We try.
Yes, everybody. I told you, this is the Troy of Damn It, Troy.
So one of the things, it is. And you know what else is my fault? Is that we are actually going to be giving away 2 tickets to the Ohio Haunters Convention, along with 2 tickets to the pre-show tour. So if you add up, carry the 4, multiply by orange, and carry the aliens, you get, it's around a $500 deal. And all you have to do is email info@northwestterrortours.com, or sorry, info@nwterrortours.com.
Oh yeah, no, re-specify that.
info@nwterrortours.com. And if you tell me. Yeah, it's right down there. If you tell me how long the Hudson Haunted House has been in operation, the first person to send me that email will get 2 tickets to the convention and 2 tickets to the pre-show tour that starts May 16th through the 17th, 18th, 19th, 19th of May. Wow. So that's all you have to do. info@nwterrortours.com, and you will get those tickets.
And how long has which haunt?
How long has Hudson Haunted House been in operation? And so get that to me in the next 24 hours. And
you might have to rewind this video a little bit to find that information.
No, that would be cheating. That'd be cheating. And don't go to their don't go to their website, or don't go to the other things that we have listed of where that information is at. Don't do that. Don't cheat. Don't ask Google either, and Alexa does not know.
Now, if somebody wants to pay me $200 and just PM me, I could be swindled.
Are you
No,
taking out
no.
are you taking out to dinner with that 200?
Yeah, of course.
It's kind of like our gotta be the first one, so you better hustle and get it done. You ain't
You
got
better
time
be
to quick.
quick.
Speaking of our contest, do you have a question for? Now we're gonna have two winners. The first one will win the classic Vamp Fangs that we showed you here. I'm going to show that to you again. We want to thank Vamp Fangs for donating these. But the first answer will get the classic set, which are the longer style, and the second answer, or the second correct answer, will get the subtle coming to you. So go ahead, Lori. What's our question this month?
Okay, well, Troy was talking about which tour? It was the tour down in Missouri, and he was telling us that there is a problem with the hotels because there are two teams that are playing that same night. I need to know what those two teams are.
Ooh. Now this one you will have to rewind and if you didn't catch it. No, shut it. This contest is not open to people on the show.
Yep, you're on the show. You can't
Donald Duck
because
and Harry Potter.
I really want to have that set of fangs.
Oh, there you go. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. And especially Jim, I got to tell you, not just thank you for coming on, but thank you for moving all the way down here to be my neighbor, because I really prefer you to be my neighbor than this guy that we can't get shut up most of the time, you know.
I would be an awesome neighbor, and you know that.
Why do you think we all wear Damn It Troy buttons?
That's right. Because we love you, Troy.
I know.
Coming up next month on Chat Live with Reverend Michael and Mistress Lori, we will have the horror host, Dr. Paul Bearer from Tampa, Florida. Now, any of you guys who know, Dr. Paul Bearer's show has been around since 1960 something. And he actually died in 95, but he then came back a few years later, and he's still doing it. You can't stop a good man. You can't keep him down. So next time I'll just have to bury him deeper.
Obviously, you did not do a good job.
Obviously, yeah. Well, he was one of my early ones, 95. I was still. Thank you, both of you gentlemen. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for making season 2, episode 11.
11.
Terror Tours Inc. And for those of you who know who are in Hot Chat, I will be posting the link to come on in and ask some of your own questions if you need to know any more information about that. Pardon me. Or even if you don't, I'll post it on our thing too. What was that, Mr. Sorry?
One other thing, I want to make sure that everybody understands the passes for the Terror Tours is their email. The Vamp Fangs is our email.
Right, which is huntchatlive@gmail.com. Ours is nice and easy. huntchatlive@gmail.com. Theirs is info@nwterrortours.com. So it's right there. Hey guys, we are out of time. I thank you so much for being on. Great show. And everybody out there, we love you, and it's been a blast.